Testing, testing. All right, welcome back to the city of Socara. So let's take a look and see where we were last time. Let's review our mission journal if we can. Now, we don't need a ship's manifest, we need a quest log. The quest log. Quests log. Forgot to do my vocal warm-up tonight. All right, I've got the chat going. I'm using a new service this week to see if we can get a chat to where I can stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time, and also see the chat comments from those of you who are watching the show, which we have our tasks in green that are already finished, and then we have our tasks that are the easiest task at the moment is the rat problems. back in the city of Yellowport. So, mission today is Yellowport. And we can travel there by ship. So let's go do that. Okay, a sleek yacht takes you on a... Must be getting tired. I've been pretty busy. The mouth is now warmed up. A sleek yacht takes you on a trouble-free journey to Yellowport. There we go. So, at Yellowport, all right. Let's get things going the way they should be going. Now, we need to go looking for those rats. Oh, there's something. You wait several hours to be seen by one of the Provost Marshal's aides, a certain Captain Royzer. Ah, welcome, welcome, says Marlos Marlock. Now, if you remember from the last week's session, we were sent to the freedom fighters and the prince in exile to slay him. But we decided to come back and try and take out Marlos Marlock instead. So, oh good, we're starting to get some viewers. How's the sound? Everything sound okay this week? And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the chat. So let's jump into combat. Attempt to slay him. You tell the provost you have an important news. Best heard by him alone. He takes you to a side chamber without his guards. You exhale slowly, and all of a sudden, you leap forward and try to cut him down. Test your magic. Oh wow. We only have an 8.33999% chance of success. So slim. Let's find out what happens. We failed the magic check. The governor is a seasoned veteran of many battles, a hardy man. He is quick to react and calls his guards before you can kill him. You are subdued by sheer numbers. Take this dirty rebel assassin to the dungeon, sneers Marlos Marlock. The guards take all your money and possessions. Wow. That didn't work out so very well. Well, let's see what happens. You are thrown into a stinking prison cell. Your cellmate, a half-dead old man with long white hair, tells you his tale. The lair of the Gorlock, a hideous beast that has backward-pointing feet. Crine and I, fleeing with our stolen treasure, sought refuge in the cave near Blessed Springs. The tracks led us to believe it had just left its cave, but we didn't know about its feet. In fact, it was at home. It took crying, but I managed to escape with my life, only to be taken by the militia. I will never live to see the treasure, but you, forewarned, may defeat the Gorlock and take the riches it guards. A few days later, you learn your own fate. You are to be sold into slavery and taken to Karambaru to work in the tin mines. That's an interesting... Well, I guess what we get for trying to take out the general at level 1. A little too early in the game, but that's okay. Let's see how the story develops. The overseer of the mines is a fat, cruel-looking man. He welcomes you with a promise. In 1 month, you'll be dead, slave. You spend the next few weeks in chains, working 15 hours a day. Sounds kind of like Hong Kong. Deep underground, digging at a rock face in the tunnels of the mines in the Bronze Hills. You are fed on gruel and black bread. You realize you will not live long down here, and that you must escape if you are to survive. Ooh, let's test our thievery. We have just over a 50% chance of success. And we were successful. What happens? You slip out of your chains and hide inside an ore-laden mining cart. When it is taken from the mine, you creep out and run off into the hills. Hey, how about that? We're broke, but we're free. So, what can we do? Now, this is going to be tough, not having any money, but let's see if we can find work somewhere. You hack your way through the undergrowth until you stumble across an old ruin. Creepers and forest moss have grown over most of it, but you can see mask-like faces set into the walls, glaring down at you as if in angry outrage at your intrusion. You come to a massive stone slab, clearly a door. Set into the middle of it is a round granite face, the visage of a sleeping demon. Suddenly, an eye pops open and regards you curiously. "By the tentacles of Tantalon," exclaims the face in a gravelly voice. "A human! I haven't seen one of you for 100 years." An expression of suspicion forms on its rocky features. "What do you want anyway?" "Just passing through," you comment airily. "Well, you can't pass through me unless you know the password, and that was given to me by Australis the Wizard King, let me see now, 1,000 years ago by Ebron. This is his tomb, you know." "How do I find the password then?" you ask. "Well," says the demon door, "Astralos was a wizard, so why don't you ask some wizards?" "Where would I find some wizards?" you ask. "How would I know?" replies the door testily. That means a little bit on edge, a little bit angry. "I've been stuck here for 1,000 years. Well, you decide that it's time to leave. Okay. So we've got to be extra careful. But maybe we can go explore the Devil's Peak. You're crossing the western wilderness, an expanse of wild, sparsely populated countryside. A few trappers and woodsmen make a living from natural resources of the area. A tall spire of rock, a towering anomaly of geology, rises up into the clouds, dominating the horizon. A local hunter tells you it is known as Devil's Peak, and that the summit is infested with demons. All right, so just for those people who don't know, that I run this show every Thursday night now from 10 to 11 p.m. Okay, let's... So the Devil's Peak could be... Ooh. The summit is infested with demons. I think we better leave for now. Because we're not in the best position to do anything. You are on the east bank of the River Grim, a great, powerful river which rushes past towards the sea. You can travel to Gulner from here. Let's see what happens. We rolled a 5. Ooh, we catch a smolder fish while fishing. Good, we have something to eat. And maybe even something to sell for a little bit of money. So let's travel back to Marlock City. Now, Marlock City is a huge, sprawling metropolis, enclosed in a fortified wall said to have been built 1,000 years ago by the ancient Shadar Empire. It is the capital city of Sokara. Marlock City was once known as Sokar, until General Grieve Marlock led the army in bloody revolt against the old king, Corn VII, and had him executed. The general renamed the city after himself. It is now a crime to call it Sokar. The general lives in the old king's palace and calls himself the protector general of all of Sokara. Whereas the old king was corrupt, the general rules with a fist of iron. All right, we've read this in the past. Now, we're a rebel technically now. But, and the only thing we have in our backpack is a fish, which isn't worth anything. Boy, we're in trouble. So let's pass through Shatter Tor. I'm going to try and go back to the city, and nothing happens. You come to the top of a windswept cliff. An ancient pillar of jumbled rock, pitted and weather-beaten, stands at the cliff's edge, like a broken finger pointing at the sky. Seagulls sing their song of desolation in the air. Judging by the runes etched into the rock, the Tor dates back to the time of the Shadar, a race that ruled Harkuna so long ago, they are lost in myth and legend. Let's examine the runes. Okay, not great chances of success, but we made a successful check. I think we tried this once before. We tried swimming and we didn't get very far. All right. Now, oh, we failed the sanctity check. All right, where are we gonna wake up? You wake up as if from a long sleep with only a shadowy memory of your ordeal, to find yourself washed up on the harbor of Yellowport. You have lost all the possessions you were carrying, but you still have your money. Well, we don't have money, and we lost our fish. We pretty much lost everything. Now, we want to go down to the city sewers. I'm not doing a great job tonight. Oh, that's all right. At least I've got a new system working and everything is more smooth than usual. So you climb down an old, disused well in the poor quarter of Yellowport. It is dank and dark and smelly down below. Ah, you know what? And we still don't have a lantern. So I think we're going to have to go back to the beginning of today's episode. Because we can't do anything. So we're going to travel to Yellowport. Okay. Now, we are not going to go talk to the Provost Marshal this time. Let's avoid him. We still need a lantern. And how much does a lantern cost? A lantern costs 100. Oh. Okay, so we've got to find some way to make some money. What do we have that we can sell? We have climbing gear. We have the werebore tusk. Can we sell the tusk? Is that task worth? No, it's not worth any money. Okay. We've got to figure out another way to make some money. So let's go to some of the temples. The Temple of Maka, the terrible goddess of disease and famine, is a large underground chamber accessible via ornate entrance in the middle of the Plaza of the Gods, where all the temples stand in yellow court. Down below the walls are bare earth. The ceiling is covered in the roots of growing plants, for Maka is also the goddess of the harvest, who must be kept happy, else disease and famine will strike the people, their crops and their livestock, bringing ruin to all. I don't think that we want to go to that. That temple is not going to be useful. How about Elner? The Temple of Elner is an imposing edifice of gray stone, inlaid with yellow marbling. Elner is the god of the sky and the kingship. He is the ruler of the gods. His dreams are the clouds before a storm. Wow, okay. So, becoming an initiate is just going to cost us money, and we're looking for ways to go and make money. All right, so let's invest 3 gold pieces for some rumors, and maybe we can find... You fall into a conversation with Pylades, a kindly old scholar priest of Molarn, the god of knowledge. Many years ago, the Book of 7 Sages was stolen from us, he croaks. News suggests that the Scorpion Men are in possession of it. I need a young adventurer like yourself to travel Scorpion Bight and return the book to me. In return, I can show you how to improve the skill of your choice. You know what? I don't need this. It's just playing the music, and I'll let you guys listen to the music. And then I can focus on everything else. So, let's accept this mission. But, you know what? Listening to the music, though, will really help my tone. All right. Very well, then, says Pylades, visibly pleased. Meet me here once you obtain the artifact, and I will reward you. With that, you leave his table. So, going to the quest log. That's a hard... Oh, that's still a hard task. Wow. Okay, well, that wasn't very useful yet, so let's just keep searching around. We're gonna look for other ways to make some money. Ouch! We're stung by a large golden insect. Oh, and we've been poisoned. We have 1 point subtracted from our combat until we get cured. Oh, so we've got to go find a cure now. Okay, well, we went now. Benefax is where we went before, and we saw that they were troubled by ghosts. The Scorpion Men from the south. Aha! The Scorpion Bight. Now that's where we want to go for that mission. You are on a rough track that runs between Benefax and the territories of the Scorpion Men. Slogging your way through hot, dry scrubland, a hawk circles overhead, cawing harshly. A couple of Scorpion Men scuttle out of the brush to confront you. They resemble huge scorpions, but with the human head and torso. They hold swords and shields in their human arms. Creatures' eyes blaze with unearthly yellow light, and they scrabble towards you with frightening speed, whipping their stings up around and at you. You must fight them. Oh boy. This is going to be tough. All right, so let's get our clone out for the first round. And the clone is going to come out and end its turn, and it's now we want to, if we swap our weapon, and we don't have any arrows, so we're gonna swap back and we're gonna move up here because there's not much else we can do right now. Hey, but you know what? Our clone is coming. Okay. Hey, that was not a waste. Our clone did a little bit of damage, but he also got taken out pretty quickly. Okay. All right, I know what I need to do this time. We need to okay, let's have her defend the first turn. And we're gonna cast speed, which increases both of our defenses. We're gonna try and be a little bit smarter this time. Now we don't have any more action points. And they ended up taking out our clone anyway. And we're down to 4 action points. We need 5 action points. This is not looking too good for us. Well, okay. Ouch. Oh no. And we are defeated. Start a new game. Okay, well, thank goodness. We're having a rough start today. But you know, at least we've gotten some things working. So let's try this tavern here. Oh, this tavern doesn't have any rumors. Okay, so we're gonna go back to Yellowport. Okay, we're at Yellowport. So let's try and get, let's see if we can get, all right, we've got the scholar again and we accept his mission. Okay, good. Now, I keep forgetting to go to the market and stock up on arrows. We've got a bow, but we need arrows. That way we can shoot our enemies. Oh, wait a minute. We have a crossbow. We don't need arrows. We need bolts. So, one more time. Thank goodness. We know what we're doing, sort of. What matters most is that we're telling a good story, right? So we go back, we accept the mission to go get the book. Okay, and we go to the market and stock up on bolts, which are ammunition for our crossbow. And we're going to stock up on about as many of those as we can if we want to have a chance against those. Now, how is that all? Can we hold any more? Oh, okay. Our inventory is full. All right. So we are going to have to try and get by with that much. All right. What happens? We get stung by the large golden insect again. That wasn't very nice. We need to go and get healed before we try and... We need all of the combat that we can. Whoa, 75 shards. Wow. How about another one of the gods? Talk to the high priest? Oh, look, there's another mission. The high priest tells you that the golden net of the twin gods has been stolen. The repulsive ones have taken it to their palace beneath the sea in the sunken city of Zeusudra. The repulsive ones worship the fish god Oannes, who struggles with Alvir and Valmir for control of the sea. We must have that golden net, or the repulsive ones will use it against us. If you return it to us, we will reward you, says the high priest. The sunken city lies under the coastal waters off the Shadar Tor. All right, there's another mission. Okay. Now, let's go and see if there is another... Nope, and that's just... what happens? So the temple of Tirnai, the god of war, is built in the shape of a spear with a long pillared nave and an altar at the far end. Two massive stone warriors guard its gates. Tirnai is depicted here as the insensate. It's a tough word. Sometimes some of the vocabulary words in this book are pretty hard level. Words that I haven't used in a long time in English. So unless someone asks me in the chat, and I'm hoping that that's what we'll have when we have more people watching this show, that they can ask me what the words mean. All right. So Tirnai is depicted here as the insensate spirit of war, a blood-drenched warrior with the head of a maddened jaguar. What? Wow, 800 shards. Okay, that's too expensive. Well, let's take out, we don't have, the only medium task we have is the rat problem. 2 hard quests. Wow. We need to find some easier quests because we're still only level 1. How about this one? Oh, we found a sword. Cool. Can you... Oh, but our inventory is full already. Okay, so much for that. You continue onwards. The city of Trefoil is a terrifying vision of apocalyptic destruction. It had once been a thriving crossroads town, but now it is burnt out hulk. It was almost razed to the ground when it declared for the late king during the recent civil war and tried to hold out against the army of Grieve Marlock, the current protector general of Sokara. It was then sacked by the general's mercenaries, and General Marlock is now trying to rebuild it. Craftsmen are hard at work everywhere. Unfortunately, there is nothing here but ashes and rubble. And we can't visit this wizardly dude yet. Wow, okay, and it was because we got sold into slavery before that we knew about needing to go find the demon. You know what, I want to go back. Even though we are currently stung by the insect again? Oh man, we're having a rough time here. What are our stats looking like? Our combat's down to 3 right now. Ouch. We're having a really rough time today. Well, but, you know. Okay. Well, let's look for someone else who can heal us. We explore the city of Benefax. Let's chat to the villagers on the rooftop. A small boy runs up to you saying, "Help us, help us! The man-eating bloodthirsty gobbler has got my little sister." Hey, this might be an easy task. His mother, a flaxen-haired beauty. That means flaxen-haired, that means that she has golden hair. Flax is kind of like a grain that with a golden color, so that's why they used to say flaxen-haired beauty. "Surely you mean bloodthirsty, not Thursday," you ask. "Oh no," replies the young mother. "The man-eating bloodthirsty gobbler is so named because it hunts only on Thursdays." The boy's name is Mikhail, and his mother is Lynn. Her husband is away in the army, and her young daughter Haley, was taken by the beast last Thursday. Apparently, several people have disappeared, never to be seen again. "Please help us," plead the villagers. "All right, yeah, we're looking for work. We're an adventurer. You wait until Thursday." Lynn tells you that the disappearances happened a little way out of town, near an old farmhouse. As you leave town, you notice Fours, the master of the market, heading in the opposite direction. Let's check out Fours for the moment. Now okay. We had a successful... You trail Fours to the old farm. He goes inside, and you creep to see what he is doing. 3 rough-looking thugs are helping Fours get into what is obviously a monster suit. Aha! It's a bit like a giant hairy toad made of the hide of some animal stretched over a wooden framework. So much for the dreaded gobbler. You wait by the door. As the thugs emerge, you club one to the ground, but you will have to fight the other 2. Okay. I think this is maybe, yeah, it's still going to be tough because our now we're going to swap weapons, and that's all we can do. So let's defend this turn. Hopefully they don't move too fast. Okay. Get our clone out for defense and end that turn. Okay. Our clone. Ooh. Clone did pretty good. Okay. So let's finish off one of those bad guys. And our clone is also sweet. We got victory finally. I was so worried because our combat power was down to 3, but we finally found a little bit easier combat, something that's more suitable for level 1. After beating usurped Fours, after the beating usurped Fours and his accomplices, that means you gave him a beating that he much deserved. You wake him up with a bucket of cold water. He is eager to run off, but at the sight of a hardened adventurer, yeah, we're hard now, rather than a timid villager, he surrenders and confesses all. He terrified people with the monster disguise to keep them away from the farm. He and his men were kidnapping villagers, chaining them in the cellar below and selling them to a slaver from the Karan Baru to work for a slave in the slaves' mines. You find Haley and several other villagers down below in the cellar. Don't hurt me, begs Fours. I'm only trying to make a few shards. What? By selling your own people into slavery, says one of the villagers, giving him a good kick. You lead them back to Venefax. Cool. Ooh. Haley runs into her mother's arms for a tearful reunion. Lynn, the mother, gives you a suit of chainmail and a sword. Okay, well, we took the chainmail. You know, that's good. That way we can... These have been in the family for generations. It's all I have to give, she says. Fours is hauled off to the local magistrate for judgment. He will probably be sold into slavery. The villagers welcome you as one of who brought Fours to justice and saved their people from slavery. Venefax is a strange-looking village. It looks like a single gigantic building. Oh, okay, now we read this city description last week when we came to the city, and if you remember last week, there were the ghosts, which was actually some other villagers. It was a very Scooby-Doo type episode. Some other villagers who were just covered in flour. Now, I want to... Okay, we're going to switch chainmail with the leather armor. And then go to the market, and we're going to sell... And we have 150 shards. Hey, that is enough to finally buy a lantern. That means that we can now go back to take care of the rats. Sweet. That was just what I was looking for. All right, go down to the sewers and we have a lantern. The dank tunnels running with rivulets of foul water take you deeper into the unknown. You mark the twisting passages with chalk so you can find your way back. Shortly, you come out into a large, rough-hewn cavern, wreathed into shadows that dance and flicker in the light you have brought. Sound makes you start in surprise. Ooh. We have a successful thievery check. The sound was the click of a secret door, sliding open in the wall of the caverns. With a swift motion, you step up beside it, back to the wall. A figure emerges, but you are able to ambush the ambusher. Deft blow to the back of the head sends the dark figure crashing to the ground. Another steps forth, however, shouting in a guttural voice. You realize that the figures are rat men, man-like creatures that stand on two legs, but which have the tail and hairy features of a gigantic rat. You must fight them. Yes, Ernie, I am practicing my English. It's just this time of night when I'm a little bit tired, so sometimes some of the words just are not coming out as well as I need them to be, but anyway. All right, back to combat. So we have the shaman and the warrior. Now I want to attack. Oh, and that's the range of our crossbow. Wow, I wasn't expecting such a short range. Okay, so let's go back to sending out our clone out. The clone can shoot, and our clone did some damage. Okay, next up, we'll take out the shaman. All right. And our clone goes for the rat man. And the rat man's still there. Hey, right on. We're making progress. The rat man lie defeated at your feet. You find 15 shards on the bodies and a note which says, "Party kitchens tonight. Rank and file rats only. No officers and no king allowed." The rest of the cavern is bare, so you press on down the tunnels ahead. Ooh, deeper into the sewers. After a while, you come to a cleaner area of the sewers, a part of the old city now buried under Yellowport. It dates from the period when all of Hakuna Matata, was ruled by the masked ones of the Utaku before the people overthrew them. You come to two rotten wooden doors. Names have been scratched on them by some half-literate rat men. One says Throne Rum, and the other says Kitchens. You can hear gravelly rat voices from behind both doors. All right, so Kitchens and Throne Rum. Well, which one should we go in tonight? Let's pull out our dice. And we'll take out our four-sided dice. 1 and 3, we go to the kitchen. 2 and 4, we go to the throne room, which I'm thinking is going to be throne room. And I rolled a 3. So that says go into the kitchen. You open the door to a large dining hall and a kitchen. About 30 rat men are standing around, eating and drinking. Everything goes quiet as they turn to stare at you with their blank, beady eyes. I do have an invitation, you stutter, holding up the note. "And we'd love to have you for dinner," one of them snarls. Yelling noisily, they charge towards you. You have little choice but to turn and flee for your life. You race down the sewer tunnels with the ratman in hot pursuit. All right, we're going to try and either lose them in the tunnels, try some magic, or hide. Now, if we look at our character, our magic is 4. Okay, well, let's leave it up to the lucky roll of the dice. So, 6-sided dice. 1, 2, we lose them in the tunnels. 3, 4, we try some magic. 5, 6, we hide. And I rolled a 1. We're going to try and lose them in the tunnels. Oh. Only an 8. Wow. We've got to pretty much roll an 11 or a 12. No, we've got to roll a 10 or higher because we need to roll the total is 14 and we do have +4. Oh, no. Okay, we needed to roll more than that. It had needed to be I was right. It needed to be an 11 or 12. So we failed the scouting check. You dart down a side tunnel, but are horrified to meet several ratmen coming to meet you while your pursuers close in behind. You are caught in a vice. And though you fight with desperate bravery, you are overcome. Oh no! The ratmen beat you into unconsciousness and then toss you down in the underground sewer outlet. You are washed up on the beaches outside Yellowport where you come to. You have 1 stamina point left and the ratmen have taken all the items. We lost everything. All right, let's go to the marshal. We haven't... Yeah, he's going to yell at us and tell us how worthless we are, and that's okay. Wow, so we're broke and we're down to 1 stamina again. We're not doing so hot, are we? We can't go into the sewers because we don't have a lantern. Explore the city by day. The poor quarter, that's where we belong. A mad beggar covered in sores and grime accosts you on the street. "Oh, noble one, aid me for the love of gods," he rants, frothing at the mouth and gesticulating. Oh, I love these terrible, hard words. Gesticulating. Gesticulating? Wildly? That means you making gestures with his hands is what that word means, basically. "I need coins to eat, food to spend, blessings to wear." Yeah, we'll give him a blessing, you know. We're not great at it, but we can try. And we failed, so... you mumble a prayer to the gods, but you're not sure if you got the ritual right. The beggar thanks you and babbles, "Yes, yes. A new doublet for an old beggar. I shall wear it with pride." Well, at least we tricked him. He wanders off, stopping passers-by to show off what he thinks are his new clothes. Poor old fool. All right, let's go to another part of the city. While taking a stroll through the busy harbor area, you overhear a conversation between 2 merchants and learn that the most profitable trading routes between Sokara and Goldner. You are positive that this new information will come in handy if you make a small investment in the Merchants Guild. We're a long time for making any investments. Okay, so... we go look around the palace. A patrol of militiamen, mercenaries in the pay of the dictator General Grieve Marlock, stop you on the street. They decide you will be arrested unless you pay 15 shards as taxes. Refuse to pay because we don't have any money. "Refusing to pay your taxes, eh?" says their leader. "That's a crime for sure." Oh boy. Luckily, this is our best skill, our charisma. So, what happens? We have a successful charisma check. Thank goodness. And what do you know? It's 11 o'clock and we're starting to get more guests in. Okay, so let's ask the 3 people watching the stream right now, since you've just come in and joined us now. Please let me know in the chat. Would it be better for you if I started the show at 11 at night? Because I noticed last time that's when most of you started coming in and watching. It's possible. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to show on this. 其實最緊要啦，喺呢個節目咧，就係我想大家就聽下啲故事啦，諗下啲 role play 嘅元素啦，因為同我嘅課程就好有直接關係嘅。啊 ，Francis 就話11點就幾好啦。OK 。All right, well. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Okay, good. Well, I think from that interaction just now. So, since you've just joined, I'm going to go for an extra half hour tonight. A little bit longer than normal, but, you know, I've been going for an hour now and no one's watching, even though you can see the replay on Facebook and we're live on Facebook and YouTube right now. But interaction is what I'm looking for. So we just managed to use our charisma to charm the guards. You spin them a tale about how your poor brother, a mercenary in Grieve Marlock's personal guard, lost his legs in the fight to overthrow the old king, and that you have spent all your money on looking after him. Several of the militia are brought to tears by your eloquent speech. They end up having a whip around among themselves for your brother, and they give you 15 shards. All right, thank you, Kelly. So, we made some money back. Well, that's good because we're down to 1 stamina. We need to recover our stamina before we can do anything. Now, we're down to 7. We're pretty poor. And we've got 7 shard stamina, and we lost all our equipment to the Ratmen. So, what happened? Well, we know if we get back into the sewers again, that we should go to the throne room, as the Ratmen said it. So, but right now, oh wow, we've lost everything. And we're infected with the sting fever. Well, tonight was an interesting experience. So, what I think I'm going to do is we're going to start from the beginning again next week and start at 11 o'clock. Hoping that will be a more convenient time for you viewers. And if you are catching this after the fact, again, please feel free to leave comments and let me know what you think of this show. I think this is a really cool idea, but if you guys are not here to watch the show, then it doesn't really make a difference. So anyway, with that, my brain is starting to shut down for tonight. I will be better prepared for next Thursday, and I will see you next Thursday at 11 p.m. Thank you. Bye-bye.